International news now. Israeli forces have carried out hundreds of strikes across Syria in the past days following the collapse of the Assad regime. Israeli military says it's targeting weapon stockpiles to prevent them from falling into the hands of extremists. I want to bring in CBS News senior national correspondent Charlie Daggett to talk more about this. So Charlie, just break down what we're hearing from the Israelis about these weapon stockpiles. Have they completed those targeted missions?
Vlad, no, is the short answer. They're going to continue to pound military assets of Syria, as you said, so they don't fall into the wrong hands. But you have to ask yourself, who are the right hands? Because this is a militant organization that has taken over, at least the lead rebel group, that's taken over Syria for now. There are certainly splinter groups. They're at odds with each other, but they have taken out everything. I mean, they've taken out cruise missiles. They've taken out jets, fighter jets, naval assets, surface-to-air, surface-to-surface missiles, essentially obliterated Syria's military. Because frankly, as far as Israel is concerned, any threat to the north is a threat. And they're taking an opportunity to take out those military assets. I should tell you that the United States has not been involved in any of those operations, aside from the fact that they kind of run the neighborhood in terms of air traffic control because of U.S. forces in the region. But this is all Israeli-led.
Let me ask you about U.S. military assets in the region. What do we know?
Yeah, well, multiple assets, Vlad. Forward postured, I guess, is the way they like to describe it here, because, we've been talking about this for weeks. The events have been unfolding so fast in the region. The United States had already beefed up the military presence in response to the threat to Israel by Iran and Hezbollah. So in that regard, if you're taking notes, the Harry S. Truman carrier strike group is in the Mediterranean, along with 3 destroyers, a Gettysburg cruiser. In addition, there are 2 other destroyers in the Red Sea. They've just responded to a Houthi threat in Yemen once again, intercepting missiles in that ongoing mission. But in addition, what we saw over the weekend, right, we had air assets, U.S. air assets, namely B-52s, F-15s, A-10 attack aircraft, and those are involved in one of the largest waves of airstrikes inside Syria in months. Now, on the ground, there are 900 U.S. forces, largely special forces, inside Syria, working with Kurdish allies. In Iraq, maybe another 4,000. That fluctuates according to rotations. And broadly across the region, another 40,000 U.S. service members, depending on how far back you pull.
Finally, Charlie, how does the situation developing in Syria complicate the sort of broader scope of stability in the Middle East?
Yeah, Vlad, I really can't overstate the volatility at the moment. They may have cut ties with al-Qaeda, but this main rebel group, HTS, is an Islamist militant organization. Okay, its leader, Abu Muhammad al-Jawlani, remains on the U.S. and UN terror list for attacks against U.S. troops. This is a man who fought beside ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi until they split, went their separate ways. His former group, al-Nusra, was feared in that region, blamed for a number of atrocities against civilians. And elements within that group are still sworn enemies of elements within U.S. allied groups. Now, officials here tell me Jawlani has been making all the right noises so far. I should point out there are no direct communications between anybody in this building and the HTS, a designated terror organization. That's being done through partners on the ground. They stress that repeatedly. But he said the West has nothing to fear, that different groups have the right to live together. But again, you just have to look at what Israel's been doing for the past few days. They're bombarding every meaningful part of Syria's former military. They just don't want to take any chances with whoever is going to be in charge in the future.
All right, Charlie Daggett reporting from the Pentagon for us this morning. Charlie, as always, we appreciate your reporting and your analysis. Thanks.